What's up, guys? New video blog here for you guys. This question comes from Mike, and he asks, first of all, great work and looking good. Thanks, Mike. I sent you a message yesterday asking about macronutrients figures and the best way to work them out. What's yours? Thanks. Well, first of all, what is macronutrients? Macronutrients is you look at the back of a nutrition or any kind of food, you look at the nutrition facts. And it's your fat, your protein, and your carbohydrates. Those are the macronutrients, the biggest forms. You have the micronutrients, which are your vitamins and minerals, the smaller things in any kind of food. So first what I do is the way I, diet, or I don't really call it a diet because it's just the way I eat. I live a high protein, low carbohydrate, a little more fat in my diet, but the way, it all depends on what you want to do, how you want to, look, because when you're in the gym, and you work out, it's not going to mean anything. It works with your diet. If you want to gain weight, you obviously, you do heavier weight, lower reps, like 10, 8, 6 kind of thing, and you go up in weight, low in reps. Well, if you don't eat to get big, and you eat low calories and not enough protein, then you're not going to see those gains that you're trying to get in the gym. If you're trying to lose weight and you do, a bunch of cardio, you burn like 800 calories, and then you do your weight training and you do high reps and low weight. If you come back in your diet and you're eating like 2,500 calories and you're, a bunch of fat, not enough protein, too many carbohydrates, then they go hand in hand. So you have to work both of them in. So what I'm saying is, the way I do it is, I don't necessarily, some days, some weeks I train really heavy, and other times I go lighter and I up the reps to like 20-30 reps, stuff like that. Switching it up, that's what you always want to do. Same thing with my diet. So some weeks, some days I'll get a lot more carbs than I usually get. Some days, some weeks I'll do low carb. It all depends on what you want to do. So first of all, you have to figure that out. You have to figure out, what is my purpose of being in the gym? What is my purpose? All right, what do I have to do? Because you have to have a plan of action. If you don't have a plan, then nothing's going to work out. You can't just go in the gym one day and be like, all right, so I'm going to do this, this, and this, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to eat when I get home. It's not really, you might be able to do that for a little while, but it's not really going to work out. It's all about consistency too. So if you're consistently changing it up, it's really all about what you guys want to do. I can't stand here and tell you guys that, eat this, this, and this if you want to do this, this, and this, because I don't know what you want to do. So, Mike, you didn't really explain to me what you want to do, but I'm going to give you guys a little something of, if you figure it out, then you can do, figure something out like this. So, macronutrients figures. When you look at fat, there's 9 calories in 1 gram of fat. When you look at carbohydrates and protein, there's 4 calories in 1 gram of protein and 4 calories in 1 gram of carbohydrates. So what I want you guys to do, I did a video blog a while back on caloric intake, and you figure out how many calories you want to get in the day, to reach your goal. So we did, the whole table on there, figured out how many calories you burn at rest, just going throughout the day without exercise. And then we figured out how many calories you did that, or through exercise, how many calories that you're going to burn. And then what we did is we added 500 calories if we wanted to gain weight, and we subtract 500 calories when we wanted to lose weight. So I want you guys to go back, I want you guys to play that video, and I want you guys to find out what numbers as far as your calories go. And then you can figure out, all right, so I weigh 160 pounds, 165 pounds in a regular day. And, I want to maintain the size I'm at. So what I do is I did that chart that I showed you guys. I found out how many calories, I need burn during exercise, not adding any calories or subtracting any calories. That those calories right there is going to give me how many calories I need during the day to maintain my size. So what I do with that, I took that calories number and I went to, okay, so I like the shape I'm in, so I want to do, I want to get enough protein to maintain my muscle mass. So I need at least 160 grams, 165 grams of protein a day to maintain my muscle mass. I don't go too much on it because I'm not going to be using that much protein. I'm not going to be rebuilding that much where I need 200, 250 grams of protein. Plus, you're not going to be able to break down that much. So, your kidneys and all this other crap is going to be affected. So what I did with that is I counted how many calories I need. So there's 4 calories in 1 gram of protein. So I figured all that out. And then I went over so what I did, really, you want to find out how many calories you're burning, how many grams of protein. I start at protein because I want to maintain my muscle mass. So I start at protein. Then I go to carbohydrates. All right, so I don't want to get that many carbohydrates in a certain day or certain week or whatever. So what I did, you count how many carbohydrates you need to get to your goal of your calories during the day, whether you're adding or whether you're subtracting or whether you're trying to maintain. So I live low carbohydrate. So what your body does is if you don't have enough carbohydrates in your system to burn, because the reason I have carbohydrates before and after my exercise is so that I have energy before my workout, and then after my workout with my protein, you got to have some carbohydrates. Unless you're, having a shit ton of protein. So what your body does is if I drink a protein shake after my workout and that's all I have and there's like 4 carbohydrates in it maybe, my body needs a lot more energy to rebuild the muscles that, I broke down in the gym. So what it needs is carbohydrates for that energy. If you don't have the carbohydrates, the protein shake that you drank or whatever you did or whatever you ate is going to be converted into a carbohydrate for energy to rebuild that muscle. And if you're converting protein into carbohydrates, then guess what? That protein isn't going to be rebuilding your muscle mass. It's rebuild for energy. And then if your body needs to rebuild itself, it's going to go into other muscle mass and then break down that muscle mass to grow whatever, or to rebuild whatever you just broke down in the gym or whatever you're doing. So it's really important that you figure out exactly the numbers. It's probably not going to be exact. It's just around, you're going to need around that many calories that you burn during the day. Add, subtract 500. Keep that. What I do is I maintain that calorie intake in a day. I go to my protein first. I say I need 100, 165-ish grams of protein in a day to maintain muscle mass. And then I go into my carbohydrates. All right, I need this many carbohydrates. I take them in certain times a day. I don't necessarily count them too much, but I eat carbohydrates in the morning. I eat carbohydrates after my workout. And then throughout the day, I just keep it low. I don't go high. If you want to gain weight, then take in some carbohydrates. If you're working out, you have a big, marathon or something like that, they do those carb load things. Well, look into that and, take in as many carbs as that you need. What I do with fat is another thing where it's converted into energy if you don't have any carbohydrates either. So if you're not taking in too many carbohydrates, maybe you need some more fat. So look at the numbers, do your protein first, then go into your carbohydrates. All right, I need this many carbohydrates, and then 4 calories in the carbohydrate. So figure that out, with the calories number that you already got, and then go into fat. So if you need to add some protein to keep your carbohydrates and your fat low, then add some protein, because that protein is going to be converted into a carbohydrate whenever your body needs energy. So it all just depends on what you want to do. That's why I said in the beginning, figure out what you want to do. If you want to gain weight, if you want to lose weight, if you want to maintain, get that calorie number. Then go into your protein. All right, I need this many grams of protein because I weigh this much. I need 160, 165 because I weigh that much. And then go into your carbohydrates and your fats and get some carbohydrates in, get some fats in there. But remember, if you want to gain weight, you know, add some protein, add some carbohydrates, add some fats to get that, because you're going to need that in order to reach your calories goal. So if I need 22,000, say you need 2,000 calories in a day to maintain. So you add 500, say you want to gain weight. So I'm at 2,500 calories I need to get during the day. All right, so maybe I need to add more protein to reach those calorie numbers, because there's 4 grams of calories and 1 gram of protein. So maybe I need a little more to reach that goal. Maybe I need a little more carbohydrates to reach that goal. Maybe I need a little more fat to reach that goal. But don't overdo it. Don't be like, all right, I don't want any fat really or any carbohydrates, so I'm going to jack my protein numbers up. Don't do that, because you're just going to hurt your kidneys and you're not going to be able to digest it. So you have to get some fats in there. You have to get some carbohydrates in there. And it's all about when you're eating it too. Make sure that you're eating your carbohydrates, you know, before and after your workouts. Make sure you're getting some throughout the day. Make sure you're getting the fats that you need. So that's what I'm saying. Figure out what you want to do first. Get the numbers in there for the calorie intake, and then start breaking down your macronutrients. Start breaking down how many how many protein, how much fat, and how much carbohydrates you need. And then, so just figure all that stuff out, guys. I know it's a little much to do, but it doesn't take that long once you just find out how many calories that you need as a goal, and then start breaking down the macronutrients. So that's what I do, guys. Thanks for the question, Mike. Figure it out for yourself, guys. Just take probably 10-20 minutes, you know, just to write everything down. And then you want to make sure that you guys go out and get those foods. Go to the grocery store and get the foods that, you know, is going to help you reach this goal. Because don't take in, there's a lot of diets where it says if it fits your macronutrients. I think it's maybe the Atkins diet, where you can eat whatever you want as long as it fits, you know, your macronutrients. So just make sure that you're buying the foods, you know, healthy foods that you're gonna be able to reach these goals. Don't go get a honey bun or something like that and be like, well, it fits my macronutrients. It's not really gonna, you know, benefit you in any way. So make sure you figure out your goal, then figure out how many calories you need, then break down the macronutrients numbers. Remember, it's 9 calories and 1 gram of fat, 4 calories and 1 gram of carbohydrate, and 4 calories and 1 gram of protein. So goal, calories number, break down your macronutrients, then go find the proper foods for you guys. We did a video blog earlier about ingredients to avoid. So look at that one and make sure that you guys are avoiding that kind of those ingredients in the foods that you buy. All right, guys, so those 4 things: your goal, your calorie intake, your macronutrients breakdown, and then go find the foods that you guys need. All right, thanks for watching.